My name is Nicole, and this is another episode of Sol y Punto, which in Spanish means in the sun, and that's it. Or, as a play on words, in the sun and knitting. So this is episode 19. So if you have never been here before, welcome. I'm here with my dog Oso, who likes to join in the videos. And I talk about knitting, natural dyeing, herbalism, and yeah, I just like to share all of my adventures. I'm here right now with these wild orchids that are beautiful. I'm a New Yorker living and knitting in the south of Spain. I've been here for more than a decade now, and I also do my podcast in Spanish, so if you're interested in that, you can head over to the other video. I try to say the same stuff all the time. So in this video, we're going to talk about many things. I have a list here. First of all, the giveaway. There was a giveaway in the last episode. I make semi-precious stone stitch markers, and I love doing giveaways because I love winning giveaways, so I want other people to win them and enjoy as much as I do with luck and lotteries and things like that. Oh, I hear a biker and a dog coming by. Uh-oh. It's a female dog who's lost. Oh, so didn't even see her. He's too busy eating grass. But we saw her before. Oh, this is interesting. Hi, baby. She's been like running around all over. She's gonna be exhausted. Yes, now you see her. She might come say hello. I've seen her before. That's why I don't let my dog off the leash. I could talk about that for a long time. We just walk a lot so that he gets enough exploration without having any problems. Because one time here, he broke his leg chasing after a lamb. Can you believe it? But he didn't catch the lamb. But he did fall from like one of these like cliff things and break his leg. So that's why we don't let him off the leash anymore. He stays with me and we just walk for a long time. Okay, sorry. That was a long rambling thing, but I'll keep this in here because this is a very natural podcast, and I hope that you are knitting or washing the dishes or just like relaxing and enjoying this, and yeah, and so I can just join you in that. Also, ya la visto, no? We saw her. So anyway, so we're going to talk about the giveaway. I'm going to tell the giveaway winner. I'll probably put that in right now. And then we're going to talk about my pizza dress, which is finished. I talked about it in the last episode. This is upcycling, which is a thing, but I don't know. I sewed it out of recycled, like a man's shirt, a dress, and like a scarf. So I will stand up and show you that. I'll show you my Shifty Sweater, which is finished, and talk about that. I will talk about a new shawl, which I had tested and finished since the last episode. And obviously I'll talk about Sevilla, Teje, which was the knitting festival here in Seville. Awesome. I will talk about, what else? Oh, I always talk about a plant. I was really excited with this dog. Hi, girl. She's really pretty. She looks like Osa. They could be friends. I always like to talk about a plant at the end of each episode, so we will talk today about erissimo, which in English is hedge mustard, and we'll talk about the whole mustard family and how amazing it is. Yeah, so that's at the end of the episode. So if you're not interested in plants and herbalism, then you can just skip that. And I'll also tell you about some natural dye adventures I've been having, and I'll talk to you about a lot of events that are coming up if you're interested, and that's it. And some acquisitions from Sevilla, Teje, and live acquisitions. Alright, okay, more things. Okay, so I want to show you, I'm not going to stand up because Oso is like really chill right now, but I want to show you, I guess I can like take off my pizza dress and show you a little bit more I have like a tank top underneath. This is my Shifty Sweater. I knit this with, it's like full length, but it has these 3/4 sleeves, which I think I really could have gone a little bit further, but whatever, I was done and I just wanted to be done. This I knit with Tanana yarn, which is this like colorful one. This is Shifty by Andrea Mowry, which by the way, the pattern is a little, I had to kind of make it up once I learned the stitch because I didn't really like the numbers in the pattern, but I have just seen that she did an update and like fixed it. So maybe it's better, I don't know. But when I don't know. But the pattern, like the stitch pattern is really cool. It's with like slip stitches and purl bumps. And I really like it. I'm really happy with it. And the gray is Tintika naturally dyed yarn. And this one is a Granada dyer from here in my city. And I'm really happy with it. I don't know, the bottom I did, sorry, I'll stand up in a little bit and show you my dress and everything. But also it's just so calm that I don't. And that's it. I just did it to like my hip length. And it's like very form-fitting, so I like to wear it under my pizza dress. Yes. And that's it. That's my Shifty. But I'm very happy with it. I think that it's a great addition to my wardrobe, and I like that I was able to use this like colorful, bright yarn and like tone it down with the naturally dyed dark, you know? And this is a twisted rib that I did. I also did the twisted rib on the bottom. And that is my Shifty. I recommend it. It's a cool pattern. Okay, more things. Okay, now I want to show you my pizza dress. So, if you didn't see the last episode, you don't know what I'm talking about with the pizza dress, but I have this black dress that I think I got at like the return. Like someone ordered it online in Target like 7 years ago. And I bought it 7 years ago and I wear it all the time. And I was like, I can make my own. Sorry, Oso's escaping. I cannot lose him. He's like, who are you talking to, Nicole? Anyway, so the black dress, I loved it and I wanted to make one using recycled fabric. So let me show you. This is from a dress, this is from a man's shirt, this is from a scarf. And it's all recycled fabric that I got for like €1 at the secondhand shop. I love the colors. I love how they go together. The back, I mean, I have this like shirt under it, but I think it's really fun. But I have to tell you that the first day I wore it, I went to a fruit shop and the man was like, I just have to ask, are you pregnant? And I was like, no, and you don't ask those things. I get angry because I'm often asked, which I think is so rude because you're basically calling me fat or putting me in a situation to think about something that, like, you don't know the situation a woman is in, and you should never ask that because even if she is, maybe she doesn't want to tell you. Like a random, I mean, sometimes people ask me who like normally from like the fruit shop, the butcher. It happens. There's too much confianza. So, I mean, I think the problem is that I just like to dress like a 2-year-old or a pregnant woman. I'll show you. Also is not happy. But like, I don't know. I like to be comfortable. I like to be comfortable. And not only is it made out of pizza segments, but because it's so baggy, you can totally eat lots of pizza and be really comfortable. Anyway, so that's my pizza dress. I love it. I'm gonna make more of them. I don't care if people think I'm pregnant, whatever. But it's fun. I like it. Okay, more things. Okay, now I'm going to show you my Raices shawl. my god, look at how pretty. It's such a cool shape. This is a pattern that I test knit for Marianela Gallo. In the pattern, it's supposed to be all one color, but I had this skein of yarn from Marianela, but she was like, Nicole, I used some of the skein, so probably you won't have enough. And I was like, whatever, I'll just do it. But look at how pretty it like hangs. I don't know how I feel about the colors. They're very bright, but whatever. It's kind of fun. I'm gonna put a picture here because I had these mimosa flowers and in a blue bottle, and I was like, look, it looks just like, I have to do this yarn. I don't know, it looked just like it. Anyway. So yeah, the pattern is super simple. It's like just like basic lace. And I don't know if you can see. And this was designed for the Feria of Seville. It's a free pattern. This pattern was like the pattern that represented the fair that we went to, the knitting festival. And so Marianela made it for that, and it has to do with the roots, her roots, Raices, from Seville. And like every section is talking about a different civilization that lived in Seville, and like the way that like all of them worked together to form a beautiful city, which is Seville. So if you want that pattern, I'll leave the link down below. She designed it so that every knitter could knit it. Like, it's super simple, and you can knit it with one special skein of yarn, as long as it's a full skein. But if not, you might have to add some, but that's okay. I think it's kind of fun. It reminds me of like the dress that people, the costume, the uniform, the Nazareno of, I'll put a picture of one of the processions for Holy Week here in Spain. So it was perfect because it's now Holy Week. And anyway, so Chal Raices, Marianela Gallo, beautiful. This yarn was a yarn that my friend had, and this yarn was yarn that I had, but they're both very rustic, and so it's like a really rusticy, but I like it. It's warm. It's warm, and it's one skein, and it's awesome. Okay, more things. What a gorgeous day we have today. Today is Palm Sunday, and it's glorious. It's not too hot, not too cold. It is 1 week after the Seville Yarn Festival, so that's what I want to talk about now, because that was so much fun. It really is awesome to be able to get together with other people who enjoy fiber as much as you do, you know? And I'm gonna try and put in some pictures and maybe some videos of the different stands that I visited. But it was awesome because it was like the first fair after this whole pandemic. It was really nice to see all the people, and everyone had like so much energy to like be together and to laugh and to hug each other and just enjoy all of the knits and all of the yarn and everything. So we went to Seville on Friday morning, bright and early. I was in the car with Marianela, who was driving, with oi 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 oi. Also is like throwing dirt on me. We just gave him a bath for the first time in like a year, because he like goes in the rivers and in the fountains and whatever, so, but he's so nice, white and fluffy. Let me show you him, and then, well, I'll show you him. I'll put a video here. Anyway, so I went in the car with Marianela and Antonio and Emily, and we were like so excited just driving there. And me personally, I was super excited because I used to live in Seville, and I absolutely love that part of the country and those people and just everything about that city. Although I really do love Granada. Sometimes I'm like, I like Seville more than Granada, but that's not true. Like, this is such a beautiful place, and I've met amazing people here, and the wildlife and nature like this doesn't really exist in Seville. You have like lots of city, and so it has lots of like cultural opportunities more than here, I would say. But it's like a really flat city, which is really nice for walking around, for riding your bike. But there's a river, but it's much more like urban, you know? And we have a lot more nature here. It's so much greener. I feel like Granada is where I fell in love with plants and herbalism and everything, so I definitely appreciate all that about Granada. And I like the people here too that I've met. So anyway, we were driving, so excited to get there. We got there, we went to Marianella's mama's house, and her dad also, and we picked up her mama, and we took the bus and the metro into the city center and went to have lunch. And then my sister-in-law Alejandra came, so that was awesome to see her. I haven't seen her probably in a while. Yeah, probably summer. Could it be? Incredible. And so that was really fun. And then we headed over to the fair, and oh my god, the first person I saw was Vivian. I love Vivian. Vivian is from Chile, but she lives in London, and I know her very well. And she was the first person I saw, and I like saw her from far away, and I recognized her. And just like seeing people that you know online and that you have relationships with, but you've never met in person. So that was really fun. And then I saw Rocio and her mama Inés, and that was awesome. She's another knitting friend. Well, her mom's really the knitter, but Rocio I also know very well. And yeah, so we walked around, we saw all the vendors on Friday, but like honestly, there was just like so much energy of the people and running into people that you know, and just I felt like it was just overload of everything. I couldn't even really like look at the yarns yet, you know. I was just so excited to be there. But it was awesome. So we were there all Friday afternoon, and then we went to have dinner at this really cool restaurant. If you're ever in Seville, it's called Casa de la Moneda, and it was so nice. They like really took care of us. We were 33 people maybe, so the waiters were awesome. I was a little bit nervous because I thought they'd be like, oh, there's too many of you, we can't handle it all. I mean, we made a reservation. And the food was spectacular, and just being with all the friends again, and that was really nice. What else? Oh yeah, on Friday afternoon I went to have a coffee with Inés and Rocio and got to know them a little bit more, and just walking around Los Remedios, or like that area of Seville. Beautiful. Seville is just such a beautiful city, and you could tell, oh my god, it was so warm there on Friday. On Saturday it got like super windy, so it wasn't that warm. Anyway, and on Saturday in the morning, Marianela had her talk about creativity, and I arrived for like the last minute of it, so I was so sorry, but they recorded it. So, oh, there's a black squirrel. Also has seen it. So you can watch it on YouTube if you want. It's in Spanish, obviously, but it was I watched it afterwards, and I just love Marianela. She's so wonderful. Yeah, and then we went to lunch with all the ladies from Beltane Shawl Swap, which I am knitting now a shawl for my surprise person. And it was really fun to see them because we have like a Telegram group, and we're like talking all day, every day. And so I feel like I know them really well, and to go have lunch with them was really good. And like I said, Saturday was super windy, but the restaurant that we went to was awesome because they set us up a table like right against the wall, like in the place where the sun was the entire time. And we were like kind of like blocked from the wind, and I got a sunburn and everything. Like, it was awesome. It was the sunburn, no. I mean, it wasn't bad. But like being in the sun and being with friends, and we had so much fun. What else? We did so many things. All the vendors. Okay, I'm gonna put in some videos of the vendors that I saw. I did not get most of them, but some of them. Obviously one of my favorites was these people from Jerez. Her name was Consuela, and Lily, I think, was the other woman, and they did eco printing, and so they were selling like all of these eco printed like dresses and project bags and just like really beautiful, and even like wall hangings that you could totally frame and put up. And that was awesome. And we were talking with the woman, and she was saying how she has her workshop like in this house from like the 16th century in Jerez, and we were like, you should do workshops there, we want to go. And she was like, yeah, maybe. She was really sweet. So I'll put that here so you guys can see that. Oh, and Belen from Bio Crochet Yarns was really sweet with her husband, and they had beautiful yarn. She doesn't do natural dyeing, but it is like a process that is like more bio. It uses a lot, it's like acid dyes, but it uses a lot less water. So that's really cool because it's like eco-friendly. Yeah, and then on Saturday night I went with Marianela and her mama to a dinner from the organizers, Susana, Virginia, and Marian, and honestly those ladies worked so hard. This was the first time that they did this event, and honestly kudos, because it was fantastic. It was fantastic. Like, it really, and the dinner we went to was really fun. I got to talk to a lot of people, and yeah, it was really fun. What else? Ooh, okay, I'm gonna put in the next video like all of my haul of the things that I brought with me from Seville. But one thing was really funny, that Susana Gomez, she works in a lottery shop, and so she's one of the people in the Shawl exchange, so we talk a lot. And I told her, Susana, can you bring me a lottery ticket from your place, because I know I'm gonna win? And she was like, of course. And we ended up, I was like, I'll give you the money for it. And she was like, no, bring me a pack of stitch markers. And I was like, okay, awesome. So I gave her the stitch markers, she gave me my lottery ticket, and I'm like, I'm totally gonna win. And she gives it to me, and the number, like the last two numbers, were the numbers that I would totally have chosen had I chosen the ticket, because it was 6-4, and I love number 6, my partner loves number 4, so I always pick either 4-6 or 6-4. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna win. And she's like, you're gonna win. And then I fell in love with a project bag from Soñara Bags, and I was like, listen, Sonia, if I win the lottery, I'm coming back for the bag. So when we were at lunch, Susanna was like, Nicole, come here. She was like, you won 12 euros. And I was like, oh my god, I won the lottery. So I won 12 euros, and clearly I had to go back and buy the bag that I fell in love with. So I'll show you guys that bag as well. But yeah. Oh, and I gave out stitch markers to people random. I let them shake a bag and pull out one at random, because they were all different stones that I had like left over from other rounds of markers that I had done. And so I just made a whole bunch of them, and on the back of the card I put a number, because I love lotteries and I love giveaways. And I said that I would do a drawing the following weekend for someone to get a whole pack of stitch markers and a pattern or something like that. So 3 numbers we drew at Marianela's birthday party on Friday. So I'm going to put those numbers here because I don't remember what they are. Only one of them has contacted me, and it was the 2 sisters, Natalia and Irene, I think is her sister's name. They, at the lunch, they both drew the same number, which is crazy, and they're sisters. Because I had like double of each number, but the chances of you getting the same number with your sister, and then they won. So the 2 of them won sets of stitch markers, but it's cool because I could send them to the same place. And they're in Santiago, so if anyone here is going to do the knitting, CAMIKNITTING in August with us, we'll go see their shop at the end of our walk, so that's cool. But if you have the other number, let me know, because 2 numbers have not been claimed. Who are you? Who has those numbers? Okay, more things. Now I have my Sol y Yodo top finished. I'm super proud of it. I think it's really fun. Like I have said in previous episodes, This is Life in the Long Grass yarn, and this is Hedgehog Fibers. It's a merino sock fingering weight, but I feel like it's airy enough to wear in the spring, summer. I love it. I got to wear it at the yarn festival and see other versions of this knit up. It was really cool. So if you guys want to knit it, this is my pattern. You could find it on Ravelry or on Ko-Fi, and super easy. You just need to know how to do Kitchener, but you can watch a video, and that's some Kitchener here, some Kitchener up here. Really a piece of cake. Highly recommend knitting it and having it ready for the summer because it's almost here. Okay, more things. So the video pattern of the Tote Granada, the Granada tote bag, is now available on YouTube. It's super cool because it has these two pockets on the outside. This beautiful fabric is available if you want this. We made the tutorial with my sewing teacher Pilar, and she has not very many, but a few kits available of this exact fabric. That comes like, this part's already cut and this part is marked, so you just have to follow the video and you can make the exact same bag and have a Granada tote, because this fabric is like really typical of the the tiles from here in Granada, and it's really pretty, like with this blue. I really like it. It's nice and it like goes with everything, and it's like a really like thick fabric. So if you're interested in that, there's a link down below, and you can watch the video and follow along and make your own Tote Granada. So that is also ready for the spring and summer. You can put your ball of yarn in here, your phone, and just be going around knitting and doing your thing. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you about all of the really fun events that are coming up in the knitting world. So first of all, we have a retreat here in Granada in May, organized by my friend Beagle Knits, Antonio, and that's going to be a retreat where you stay in this really beautiful convent with like nuns and stuff, and the nuns are the ones who are preparing all of the amazing homemade food. And it's a weekend full of workshops, tourism, just hanging out and being in community. Most people who come speak Spanish, although I believe that there are some people who came who spoke Italian and also French, and in the previous one in December. But honestly, like, most people here speak some English, so if you want to come to Granada for one of Antonio's retreats, I highly recommend it. I think he's going to be doing them like in May and December all the time, hopefully forever. So mark that in your calendars. Also organized by Antonio, we have the CAMIKNITTING, which is the Camino de Santiago, the way of St. James, and that is August 8th through August 15th. So if you want to come to Spain and do the Camino de Santiago with me and all of our friends and all of these knitting wonderful people who will be coming, do it. I think that tickets are already available, and it's like 8 days. Everything is included, food, even the bus from Madrid to Lugo, where we start walking. You walk like 4 hours a day. Honestly, it's like really easy. It's not something that's, I don't know, we'll see. I think it's really important to have like good worn-in shoes. That's what I've heard. But I think that we can all do it. And we need to move a little bit. We've been stuck inside for a long time, and we sit for a long time knitting, don't we? So we need to move. So it's like in the morning you walk from one village to the next, and they're like really beautiful quintessential towns of Spain, and in the afternoon there are workshops. I will be teaching a workshop about natural dyes, so I'm really excited about preparing everything for that, and yeah, it's gonna be really fun. And then you finally get to Santiago, which is like the end of the pilgrimage, and that's like a beautiful city, and like everyone is just so excited to arrive. And so it's like a big party, like really good food, And yeah, so the accommodation along the way in all the villages, we get like a hotel, not even like an albergue, which is like kind of like more of a shady, like not shady, but like more of the roughing it. Like we're staying in 2-person room, like nicer hotels, and like the food is included, and the bus will carry our backpack, because most people carry everything they're gonna bring with them while they're walking, but we get the bus, so we can leave our stuff in the bus and just like walk with our knitting or whatever you want to bring, like a little backpack. So that's gonna be really nice. At first I was like, it's kind of cheating, but who cares, it's fine. So that's CAMIKNITTING, so sign up for that if you want to come. It's gonna be awesome. There's also an event in Portugal in June, if anyone's gonna be in Portugal. It's called Knit with Friends. And I believe that there's another one. El Mundo Teje is also organizing something in Portugal, like the week before, the week after. I'll try and leave that information down below. Also, at the end of April, there's an online event. So anyone can come from anywhere around the world, and it's called FLOXSIE. And this is an online event which the organizers have been doing it for a long time, but they just changed the name. Long story. But it's actually like the event where I signed up to do the brioche knitting course with Suzanne Summer. And the fun part about it is it's like really like a fiber event, you know? You have your courses, you have your workshops, but you also have access to like the marketplace and like all these demos and all these talks and everything, and like trivia giveaway things. And I actually won my ring at the trivia giveaway of Asia Ingalls. Remember I told you guys about that? If you guys are longtime viewers, you would know about that. So Jess, who is working for FLOXSIE, asked me if I would do a demo and a talk about natural dyes. So I'm doing a talk about natural dyes. So if you want to come to that, it's online. And you could just sign up for like the marketplace. And that means you get like all the discounts of the vendors. Like Wing and a Prayer Farm is going to be there. So many different vendors, which with like awesome discounts. And so you could just sign up for the marketplace and just come for like all those like extra things. There's like all these talks and demos about different topics which are really interesting. And then there are like the workshops, which maybe you're like learning a technique, or I know that there's one about cables, there's one about needle felting, lots of cool stuff. So I highly recommend that. I will leave a link down below, and if you want, you can use my little like affiliate code. It doesn't matter, you can sign up however you want. I just want people to go, but that's down below. So that's FLOXSIE. That's gonna be really fun. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh no, there's more events I have here. These are like things I got at Seville, Teje. So this is a festival in Portugal, 9, 10, and 11 of September, and I totally want to go. It's in Lisbon. It looks awesome. This is the name. Those are your show notes. The dog is back. The dog is back. Hi, baby girl. What are you doing? We don't know you. Oh, man. Also, ven aquí. That's her. Also, we don't know her. We can't really... Also, okay. Ven aquí, ven. Also, this is how you get lost and break your leg. Bebé, ¿dónde está tu dueño? ¿Dónde está tu dueño? Where is her friend? Where is her human? Good thing it's not a male dog, because then we might have a problem. Also, we don't know who she is. Maybe we could, I mean, people like always have their dogs loose in the countryside, so I don't know. Whatever. Should I like be a good Samaritan and figure out who she, like, I don't know who she belongs to. She does have a collar though, but I didn't see a tag on it. I mean, Oso has a collar, but he doesn't have a tag, so even if someone found him, maybe I should do that. He does have a chip. Okay, I think we're gonna go after this and figure that out. One last thing about knitting festivals. This is Love Yarn. This is the biggest yarn festival in Europe. This is gonna be in Madrid, and the people from Medina Feroz are organizing it. And that is in February 2022. Madrid is super easy to get to from lots of places, so if you want to come to that, you should. All right, I'm gonna go see if I can, I don't know, help that dog or something. have a wonderful day. I'm gonna leave you now with the segment about the plants, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao. Hi, coming to you from inside of a magnolia once again. I just wanted to show you another little thing that I brought back from Sevilla, Teje, which I think is so lovely, and I still have the tag on it because I think it's so sweet. I mean, I will take that off, but I wanted to show you all because it says Cosiendo para ti, sandbags, sewing for you, hashtag sand project bags. And this fabric you might recognize from my project bag that I have from the Barcelona Knits Festival. And on Sunday morning, I had not seen this at the fair, but Robledal had it and they posted it online, and I saw it in the morning before going to the fair, and I was like, oh my god, that's the cousin of my project bag. And it's a needle case. Oh my god, it's so cool. And I don't know, I sent him, the guys from Robledal a message, and Sandra a message being like, oh my god, it's the cousin. But I didn't actually pass by them, I didn't buy it for myself. But then I was getting to the car where we were going back to Granada, and my dearest Marianela said, Nicole, I have a present for you. And I said, you have a present for me? Why? What? It's not my birthday. And she gave me this project bag, needle case. And you know, I really wanted a needle case because I only had like the plastic one that came with the needles. And this is so pretty and I love it. And I'm really excited about my needle case. So I just wanted to show you that because it's really pretty. Okay. Okay, so I'm here in my apartment now, drinking some nettles. N for Nicole and N for Nettles. This was a lovely gift from Ines. I saw her at the yarn festival and she brought me a mug. Oh my god. You guys know I love mugs and cups and all those things, so yes, and N for Nicole, N for Nettles. But I wanted to show you my natural dye experiments because now that everyone has their blooming box, we've been in the Telegram group and looking at everyone's dye experiments. Well, not really experiments because it came with the kit for logwood. So I'm going to add some footage of the blooming box here because it was a surprise box. So if you didn't get the box, you didn't see it. So I'll put that in here. And yeah, in the Telegram group that we're chatting about our natural dyes and using the palo campeche, the logwood, to dye the yarn. So obviously I wanted to dye some too. So I'll show you what I've done. We've got these, which are really pretty. We've got these. Oh my god, these are all natural dyes. And then these, which are still wet. I have some more. It smells so good. I have some more that are still wet. This is chamomile. This I dyed last night because people were like showing their dye results. And I was like, I want to dye things. What happened was, and this is palo campeche. This is logwood. So I accidentally put in enough dye for like 200 grams of yarn, and this is 20. So I have 10 times the amount of dye in there. So what I did was just like, I realized what I had done, and so I like poured most of it into a jar and froze it. Obviously I left some room for the liquid to expand when frozen, and I just dyed with a little bit of it, but even just a little bit, and it is so potent. So potent. You can't, I don't know, you can never really appreciate natural dyes on a camera. And this
was chamomile, which I also dyed with the amount of chamomile that you would use for probably 200 grams of yarn. And what I have been doing is dyeing on non-superwash yarn and superwash yarn to see the difference in the color. Since these two baths were so strong, you really can't see the difference very much in the superwash and non-superwash. The non-superwash is a little bit lighter than the superwash. But over here, these are from my harvests. So you can tell that like logwood obviously was a plant that was highly sought after because of how strong the dye is, just like cochineal and indigo. And chamomile, I mean, if you make it really strong, and then it smells really good. I didn't really wash it very well. I will. Just letting it dry first, and then I'll probably rinse it again, and I don't know. But I feel like it's good to like let the, well, these are so strong, these colors, but I think it's kind of good to like let the dye dry on the yarn and then like rinse it again. And I don't know, it's always a slow process when you naturally dye, or at least when I do. And then these colors, I really love these colors. Can't really appreciate them in the camera. But this, now here you can see the difference between superwash and non-superwash wool. Same bath at the same time, mordanted with alum, and then dyed with pokeberry, which is a really beautiful like fuchsia plant and berry. But it came this color, and I really like it. Isn't that pretty? And then this was an experiment. This is really pretty, actually, although you really can't appreciate it in the camera. This non-superwash, superwash. Superwash takes the color a lot stronger. And so this was Consuela. I think that I want to try and give it a second bath because I think, and like the greens were like really young. I didn't use a lot of them. I think I could get a stronger color if I dipped them again in a second bath of Consuela. Consuela in English, comfrey. So that's that. All right, what else did I want to tell you guys that I didn't tell you before? I wanted to show you, well, you guys might remember my Anamkara shawl. This is the shawl that I designed last year. It goes with my pizza dress. I designed this last year for my Beltane swap, and it has a really cool story. If you haven't seen the video about this shawl, check it out, because I like this shawl and I like the story behind it. And it's a really fun, easy knit for brioche. And yes, I wanted to tell you that Tatiana of Chile has knit it, and she did such a beautiful version also with natural dyes. I think she used maki and onion skin, but she got really beautiful colors. And it was her first time natural dyeing, and it felt like such an honor that she naturally dyed her yarn to knit my shawl design. So that was really cool, all the way over in Chile. And I guess that's all I wanted to say. I don't know, if I think about anything else, I'll let you know. So, cheers to you, Ines and Rocio, and to everyone else out there. Drink your nettles. And now I'll leave you with the plant information.
Okay, so now I just want to show you some things I got at Sevilla Teje. So the bag I was telling you that I needed to get because I won the lottery. Oh my god, isn't it so beautiful? Look at that. Those are mimosa flowers. They're so, do you know why they're called mimosa? That if you like touch the leaves, they like go, because they're like coqueta. Coqueto? I don't know how to say it in English. Like coy mimosa, or like cuddly mimosa. And I love them. Sometimes I like go to events like this, and I was like, I could make that. Like, I don't need to buy it, but you need to support like the artists, and if you fall in love with something, get it. Get it. Yes, you could probably make it. We're all crafters, but that's okay. So this is made by Soñara Bags. And inside I have some goodies too. It has pockets and a drawstring. I like drawstrings for knitting because then your yarn doesn't get stuck in the zipper, which I don't really care, but sometimes that happens when I have zippered bags. But isn't it so sweet? I love it, I love it, I love it. And inside I have a gift from my sister-in-law. Look what she gave me, along with shampoos and all of these wonderful things that she makes. But Tekel Knits, look at her little bag. It's so sweet, and the color is just like this really creamy pink color. So this is Tekel Knits. If you don't know Alejandra, she's the one who makes those adorable sheep bars, and she makes all these wonderful natural, organic, ecological, vegan cosmetics, natural cosmetics and stuff. So check out her Instagram. If you want some homemade shampoo, I've only used her shampoo for the past like 5 years and I love it. She makes really nice shampoo and she can make it personalized to your hair type, so send her a message. But that's Tekel Knits. And in here, what do I have? Okay, then the first person I saw at the knitting festival was Vivian. Hi Vivian, if you're watching this in English or maybe you're watching in Spanish, I don't know. But Vivian brought me yarn from London. So I got this beautiful yarn. This is called Under the Olive Tree. This is 50% merino wool and 50% silk. Oh my God, look at that drape. It's so soft and such a cool color. So with this, I am going to make the newest pattern by Marianela Gallo, which is a shawl pattern that is Rio de la Plata, which I think is a really cool idea because Vivian is from Chile, and Rio de la Plata is like if you're gonna cross the Atlantic Ocean, like the first place you would hit would be like Argentina, and you would go into the continent that way. So I think it's really cool, and also because this is called Shades of Ocean, I just feel like it all works together, and I think that that one skein shawl is going to be really drapey and beautiful with this, so I'm excited. But Marianela told me that if I want to be able to make the tassels, which I kind of do, then I'm going to need a little bit more yarn. So you could do like the bottom part and like alternate with another skein and save some of this for the tassels. And you know what yarn I found, which is going to be perfect? Oh my God, look at that. This is mohair. This is silk mohair from my dear cat. And this is also called Into the Summer, and we're going into the summer and crossing the ocean with this beautiful blue. It's going to be perfect. So that is the plan. Okay. Oh, and Vivian also brought me, who's that? A motorcycle? A motorcycle? Vivian also brought me like 6 skeins of this beautiful color. Look at this color. This is got sticks hanging on it because that's what happens when you podcast in the forest. Baby cashmere merino silk DK. You know what I want to make with this? My sister-in-law wanted to make the like triangle shawl of Stephen West that like you keep adding onto it, and I kind of want to make it in this because I have other DK yarn which I think would go really cool with it, so we'll see. But isn't this really nice too? You guys spoil me. This is sublime. Vivian, thank you. Also, I didn't bring it out here because that would have been dangerous, but my dear Rocio, well, I could have brought Rocio's stuff. Rocio and Inez, her mama, brought me not only a super awesome personalized mug, you guys know how I love my mugs and my cups and my infusions and everything, but I'm gonna put that right here so you can see my beautiful mug. I love it for when I'm teaching and stuff. I always need to stay hydrated. And so thank you, Inez. Thank you so much. Although you'll probably watch this in Spanish. And Rocio brought me some yoga socks. So socks that I can use when I'm doing yoga because they have like sticky things on the bottom so that your foot doesn't slide. So thank you, Rocio. Thank you, Inez. Thank you, Vivian. Thank you, Ale. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, everyone. Okay, now I'm going to talk about future events, future fun things coming up. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about hedge mustard, which in Spanish is ericimo. The Latin name is Cimbrium officinale. And I also wanted to talk about wild mustard or white mustard, Synapsis alba. And both of these are in the same family, and they have very similar components to them, like medicinally and just biochemically. But this is the cruciferous family. So broccoli, broccoli rabe, kale, mustard, rucola, cabbage, all of these things are all in the same family and have a lot of similar properties and constituents. Actually, I was watching one video where the guy was saying that wild mustard, which is all over the countryside here in Spain, wild mustard is like the ancestor to broccoli and all of these plants that we have now in modern agriculture. But it started with wild mustard, and people started like crossing the plants and genetically modifying them in a way to say it, because if you're like selectively choosing properties from plants, you are modifying its genetics and creating things that we love, like broccoli. Have you guys, in Spain, they call it romanesco? I've only seen it in the past couple of years, but you know that like lime green broccoli-like plant that has the spirals? I gotta look that up. I don't know what that, for me, it's like super new. I had never seen that before, maybe 5 years ago. Anyway, and it's so beautiful and it tastes really good. It kind of tastes like it has like a softer flavor than broccoli. Anyway, I want to talk about Cimbrium officinale, which is the herb of the singer. And this plant has been in my life for a while, because many years ago when my boyfriend had lost his voice or he had a sore throat, I went to the herbalist in my neighborhood and asked her, hey, what do you have for sore throats? And she recommended ericimo. This is the herb that is known for helping you if you have, I want to say if you have a frog in your throat, but if you've lost your voice. It has like a very relaxing effect on the muscles of the respiratory system. You can use it in like infusion and like drink it, but it does have a very bitter flavor. So it's not really, I mean, you can mix it with other plants if you want to actually drink it, but it's recommended to use it as like a gargle and to make the infusion, and then like maybe 3 times a day or whenever you want, use it to gargle in your throat. And it's really good. I mean, with all plant medicines, it's going to take longer than something that you can just buy really quickly at the pharmaceuticals or the pharmacists. So you might need to do it for a week, but it is really soothing and really nice for the voice and any problems you might have in your throat. And it was funny because recently I've known a lot of people who have been losing their voice. I don't know. And so I had given some ericimo to my sewing teacher recently, and then I went to the Seville festival, and my dearest Marianela, who had to give a talk and everything, she lost her voice. And I was telling her, oh, you need some ericimo. And it was funny because when we were driving home, we were in the car with Antonio and Emily, and Antonio said, hey, Nicole, what is that plant that is growing wild all over the sides of the roads and like all over the countryside? And I was like, I think it's mustard. And he said, here in Spain, they call it jaramago. And so I looked up jaramago, and I was shocked to see that jaramago is also used to refer to ericimo. And it's also used to refer to Synapsis alba, which is the white mustard, like the wild mustard that's growing here and all over. And which you use the seeds to make mustard. And so I was so excited because I had no idea. I never actually looked into this hierba del cantaor, this like singer's herb. And I was so shocked to find out that it is in this cruciferous Brassiaceae family, just like rucola and mustard and all these things. And yes, and so it turns out that the wild mustard has similar properties to this erissimo, because I'm not sure, I can't really distinguish which one is which. I've seen like different plants that look very similar to the erissimo or the cicimbrium. Oh, in English we call it hedge mustard. So hedge mustard, white mustard, but apparently all of them have very similar properties and are wonderful. And I don't know if you've ever seen wild mustard or tried it, but now every time I go on a walk, I am eating the flower heads as I go by. And they're so spicy, and I'm so excited to like bring some home. I just eat them while I'm walking, and I never really collect any. But you can put them in your salad, and they're spicy and delicious. So, and later on in the summer, when the seed pods like dry out, you can collect the seed pods and then take the seeds out and make your own mustard. That's the first time that I learned about this plant many years ago here in Granada. I was with a friend, and her daughter and her were like picking mustard seeds so that they could make their own mustard. And I was like, wow. And I remember that her daughter started crying. She was probably like 7. I think she was tired anyway. But she started crying because she said that her hands were stinging her. And I could see that happening, because it is like, it's very strong, the mustard. She was exaggerating. She was crying obviously for another reason, because it wasn't, yeah. But she maybe did have a little bit of a reaction to collecting the seeds of the mustard. So that's my story. Go out, go find yourself some mustard. Oh my gosh. And then looking into this whole family, the cruciferous family, is so wonderful. And I found like all these videos talking about like broccoli sprouts and how like amazingly beneficial they are to the body, and they have all these nutrients that are just wonderful. So go eat your broccoli, make some broccoli sprouts, like get the seeds and like sprout them. I want to do that. I'm going to do that. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Anyway, have a great day. Now I'm going to leave you with all the pictures from Sevilla Teje. So thanks for listening. Oh my God, 7 minutes. Mira los cielos tan bonitos. Vamos al pollo frito ahí. Había un bar súper bueno. Mira. Y tenemos una esta también sería. Luego el tejido está jugando y van cambiando un poco el proceso de merino, 100%, sí. Luego me voy a grabar la lana. ¿Cuánto te ha costado? Enca, sonríe. Enca. Está. Uy, perdona. Ay, no, que digo que sonríe, que mamá. Oh. Estoy preguntando a Antonio. No, guay. No va a venir. Con cualquiera. Oh, sí, sí, sí. Mira, eso queda muy bien. Ese de relámpago y cositas. Como en la bolsa. Es muy bonito. No, nada. Coge. No, ya está. Gracias.
Va merino, mecánica portuguesa que es muy versátil porque después de
¡Qué chulo!
Ese chal es de, apuesto que es de Ana y es uno de los de...
Mira, Nicole. A la fresca. Esta es la que me gusta, la seda esta.
Luego mira. Seguro que me puedo hacer un cuello. Hola, preciosa.
Hola. Mira, ahí es puesto.
¿Cómo era?
Qué chulo. No, no pasa nada.
Pero ya aquí que cuál pero lo llevo bien. Pero aquí ¿qué material necesitas?
Qué lo vio este. ¿Dónde está la charla? Ah, no. Ahora.
La maleta reventada. Llegué con la misma ropa que llegué en la cama.
Sí, eso sí.
¡Sonríe! Hello. Hi, es la única que sonríe.